All right, we are watching some CEV stuff here, and it is Montpellier versus Lube, a French team versus an Italian team, and two great rosters here. So we have for Montpellier, Sanchez, he's an Argentinian setter. He played in Poland last year. Palacios and Lopez are two outsides from Argentina as well. Hirsch is from Germany. He's an opposite. And I think most of the other guys are from France. And then for Lube, you got a lot of Italian guys, but you got Lepke, the Canadian outside, Nikolov from Bulgaria, Botolo, Italian as well. Boninfante and Arduino looks like they split time, but it'll be good. It'll be a good game. And I'll apologize now for the zoom, for the zoom in screen or whatever. It's all acting up, but we'll get into it. It's a five setter here, just so you know. These scores here looks like the third set's gonna be a murder from somebody, but yeah, so it'll be fun. It'll be a good game. Let's get into it here. That'll work. Boom. Starting off with a bat here, we got Boninfante running the offense over there for Lube. Lube on the far side. Nikolov in the sixth spot there. And it looks like rotation-wise they're doing Lepke on the right side again, which is, pretty normal. This is something I get caught doing all the time. You have the matchup with the small setter, and then you just bring it down to him and he gets a soft block on you. And then usually he turns it into a kill. But it looks like he just dips this ball down. He's very undersized, but he runs a great offense. And just a slight misconnection, it looks like there. Lepke stepping in, setting Bottle there. He's got a solo. He drops. Middle's alone. Bottle just cooks it down the line there. He expected a double block there. It is what it is. Good pass. Let's see. He's I don't know if you've ever watched this guy before. I think he played for Slepsk last year. Could be a different team. I don't remember. But he does this all the time. He makes this posture, makes it look like he's leaning back, and then he just sets the outside. So that's why this middle gets faked out here. Then boom, he gets that seam. It just creates a little bit of space, and he helps that opposite get a kill there. Yeah, really nice. Let's get through that there. Floater, little hybrid coming at you. That's a really nice hybrid here. Blasting it right over top of the tape. Really good contact. Just clean contact. Not too crazy with the contact, of course, though. Yeah. But, yeah, they earn it there. So that's I'm going to serve. Let's see. And, yeah, he's going to do a lot of spin to float here. And I think he has pretty good control over where he puts it. But, yeah, it's pretty nice. And he gets Lepke to pass this ball here. Yeah, he gets Lepke to pass this ball. And then over the top. Look at that run. He's coming over the top, coming at a really big angle here. And he's allowed to drift. He's jumping from a super sharp angle, drifting into it. And you see that run just going over the top, drifting that way. And he picks it off whenever he wants. And you see the space that this creates here too. By this middle diving here, boom, that just creates a ton of space to score into. Floater here from the middle. Let's see, tip. Yep, runs it up. Ooh. And right here, you see he throws it up there for the 6th spot guy. But Botolo decides to stay down. If you're not gonna jump and still put up a good ball, stay down, put up a semi-system high ball, and then figure out the rest later. And you see Nikolov here, goes early, decides to just recycle it off the block. Reverse flow there. Even from the platform, he still reverses the flow. Reverses the flow here. And gets a touch off the hands there from Lepke. Floater. Yeah. And to me, obviously he has to jump from behind the 3-meter line there, but I don't know if he's going to jump from here. You might as well go faster than this, because this guy's got a ton of time to get over there. Good touch by Nikolov. Slows it down. Have to throw it high to him, though. Let's see. Yeah. It's really quick to the middle there. He doesn't have much of an approach, but you see how he has to kind of get out of the way of the setter there, which is fair. But he still makes himself available, allows that setter to use him in transition. Nikolov out of system. Looks like no touch to me, but they call it a touch. Sometimes those touches are just so small, but if you have a replay system, you can go for that swing all day. Huge block by Nikolov here. And he's early over here, completely isolated. He doesn't have to help on the middle or the pipe. And against Nikolov, that's kind of rough. Setting against Nikolov one-on-one even is just going to be big. Like, if he's not limited at all by having to help somebody else, he's going to make a huge block move, press really hard, get a huge block. Not much that guy's going to be able to do there. Floater, out of bounds. Spin from the Argentenian outside. Everybody's missing serves right now. Floater. Good pass. Let's see this. And you see, this is something we've been working on a bit on my team here, is just this seam a little bit here. It's almost like this guy, let's see. So we got Nikolov right here. He's a step up in front of Bottolo right here. And if he wants to take it with his hands, he can pick off anything that's shorter, but anything in the seam that's just slightly deeper where he would go with his platform, Bottolo takes it instead, because that ball is just comfortable, And anything that's going to be going to the corner, Nikolov's tall enough to grab it with his hands anyways. But in the seam, when he has to step over, it's either he's in there with his hands or he's got it with his platform, And you see that move, just holds that strong angle there, hops a little bit. Perfect pass. Perfectly in system there. Really nice. Really nice. Bang. Spinner from Nikolov here. Oh, good chop. Look at how high he contacts this ball and then just gets the side of that ball, chops it over that sideline. That's really nice, man. Yeah. It's a really nice serve. Oof. And that one, he looks like he tossed it a little bit too far there. Let's see. That's not his seam, but that's such a good move into the seam. Popping it high, getting a great pass, and then they're just going to attack that mismatch. And again, like, you see the difference between the first swing that we saw when it went off of him and got a soft touch, and then this swing here. It's just a bit higher, a bit more of an angle. Bang. And that because this guy's so small, because he's so undersized, he's not really able to press into the seam and close it off, Let's see this one more time. Yeah, and this is why he still is able to play at this level, even though he's very undersized. He's still finding windows like this and pressuring the block from his platform, getting middle kills from there. That's crazy. It's a good ball too, and of course it takes that middle to be able to adjust, But still, it's very clean run. Nikolov over the top. And good patience by this middle. Like, this middle knows that they want to attack this mismatch, but he still stays super patient and gets a very good touch there. Look at that quick move. Like, he's patient, and then he just really quickly makes his move. Gets a soft touch. Let's see what happens here. They might just put a free ball over, yeah, but still, it's better than losing the play right there. Bang. Yeah. And then you see he kind of like half commits here, jumps over the middle, and that space gets opened up there. Yeah, really nice run by Lepke here. Look at that patience, and then the acceleration, bang. That's going to score all day. I really like the spacing of these routes too. Like, it creates a gap right here. If this is a threat, it just creates that opening right there, Yeah, let's see here. Spinner. Perfect pass. And he really just looks. That setter right here, he just looks, finds the middle, and does something. Bang, big swing. Bang. Big arm swing towards the corner there. Really nice swing. Nope. Serving from Bottolo there. And Nikolov, I mean, you see his brother do this too. Like they're tall enough where they can kind of check the setter dump without having to jump, which is pretty impressive. Yeah. Then he goes there, gets a recycle. And again, middles shouldn't always go for sharp kills. Like if he's always trying to swing here or here, then it's just a 50-50 between where the guy blocks, and like, yeah, if you're really good at making a decision, whatever, but you're not going to get a perfect set every time. So swinging high like this turns it into a cycle, and then you can run it back, run the offense again. And the setter gets another chance to find a solo block or find a kill, Let's see, floater. It's almost like in a recycle opportunity like that, where you're just swinging it off the hands and getting another swing off of it, your setter almost has he almost has like more data to go off of, I guess you could say. Really nice joust. Let's see that one more time. You see he's waiting for that set. Great set by that guy, by the way. And you see how he just gets his feet there. Look at that big step. Look at that big step here. Takes a huge step from the 3-meter line all the way to the net there. Gets himself there. Gets his arm there. It's bent, so he still has more power to go. And then wins that joust against Nikolov. Yeah, that's really nice. It's a really nice joust. And again, the hitter has the advantage there because he's got so much momentum going forward. And, you have to time it correctly, of course, but still. Oh, wow, look at the overlap there. Look at the overlay of the routes, I guess you could say. It's just, I don't know. I can't even tell if that's for the middle or for the outside. But still puts pressure on. Even though the dude had to tip because of it being a misconnection, still puts pressure on, Good run. I mean, it's the right choice, I would say, because you see this guy's kind of a smaller blocker here. He's the weak link, I guess you could say. So then you're going, okay, he's going to leave early on Lepke. There should be space there, but just, again, you got to miss that ball to his right arm, because when he's leaning there, less comfortable, not at his peak, not able to get a kill. Out of system here, deep out of system. Nikolov gets tripped. Wow. Yeah. And I mean, look at this. Like, Lepke's so patient here. Lepke is so patient here, where he's waiting on the middle, not doing too much, waiting. He's ready to jump, and then he just jumps from there. Blocks. His block doesn't need to be the biggest block in the world, but he presses well, gets that block. Doesn't get a kill block, but it still leads to something. Being patient in the rally, Yeah, it's a block. Really good block move by this guy. And especially, like, I always tell you guys to press that inside hand really, really well. But especially when you're, making a further block move, I guess you could say, it just gets even more important, when you're drifting and then just pressing that inside hand. Really nice block move there. Spinner by Lepke, really nice. I think I might spin from the 5 spot this weekend. We'll see. We'll see how I feel tonight at practice. See how it feels. Out to the outside. Ooh, okay. Nikolov tries to go for the recycle, gets blocked here. Yeah. And I mean, again, this is why I say if you're going for a recycle, miss high off the hands, miss hard off the hands, because sometimes it just gets cheeky down low and then, squeaks by somewhere, Those are the tough ones. Those are frustrating to get blocked on for sure. 12-14 here. Off the hands. Good choice, but you got to just blast it. If you're going for the hands, just blast off the hands there. Just as hard as possible. Let's see. Ooh, I love how that came off his hands. I don't know why. That just looks so clean. Just so smooth. Oof. Lepke just misses that deep. Wow, that's tough. Montpellier starting to make a run here. Good pass. Lepke gets another one. Chips it off the block there. He honestly gets the meat of the block there. Not a bad move by this outside here. Like, he's pretty patient here. He's watching the middle and the pipe. Makes a quick move. But then he just presses too far in and gets beat right here on this hand, on this arm. Gets tooled. Yeah, it's tough. But that's the problem with, like, the blocker's always at a disadvantage, but that's the problem with trying to make reads on stuff is sometimes you're just an inch off, just a little bit off. This is that ball inside. And you see how he's drifting away here. Like, similar to basketball, if he's drifting away, he's going to have less power going into that ball, and he's going to miss the window more, in the same way that you'll miss more if you're hitting a fadeaway or, drifting away from the basket or whatever it is, So just try to round out your approach to the ball as a setter and just get a little bit of forward momentum. And we haven't watched Joe Worsley in a while. I'd like to watch him sometime soon, but he really does an extreme approach on that ball, Yeah, really nice. Let's see, 16-15 here. It's a good pass. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, and you see this middle pressing over top of the setter here. And I assume that they're okay with that. Like, they have given each other the freedom to do that. Oh, wow, that's a really nice approach. Look at the freaking aggressiveness with it. I love how this libero here misses this ball inside. Like, he's aiming right here, like right over here. And then aggressive approach. Great side spin on it. That probably is landing right in bounds too. Like, that's a beautiful, beautiful block or spin. Or really nice out of system swing there. Spinner. Chops it. Let's see. Over top. And Bonifante is running a lot of over the top type of routes here. Whew. Bang. Is that inbounds or out of bounds? I think that might be out of bounds. Yeah, wow. Really nice serve. And that serve right here is the quickest thing that can happen. But it's a really good cutoff by Barlow. Just finding some angle. And here, like, you can't always get it back to target here. Like, if you want to be able to make a quick move on that, you have to be okay with missing the pass in, like, towards the 4 there, just to make sure that you're not getting aced, It's better to pass an imperfect ball than try to pass a perfect ball and get aced on it. And they still, even though the serve puts pressure on, they still find the mismatch there. Nope. Swing here, nice serve. I like that guy. He's a really great example of accelerating towards the ball and quick approaches and stuff like that. Gosh, what a pass! Look at that. Look at that angle there. Like, quick angle, arms out immediately, holds the platform until it's off of him, and then just goes through. Look at this spacing again. Look at this spacing, dude. It forces this guy, number 25, to either jump here or take a step over and jump here, and still, like, his block is a little bit smaller because he has to jump over. Ball is about to go over the net right there. He's not as big as there. Bang. Really nice swing. Good choice by Nikolov there to go towards the 5 too. Really nice. Especially because his momentum was going towards the 1 there. So that would have been the comfortable swing, I guess you could say. Oh, he could have ripped this, I'd say. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Still putting pressure on. Let's see. Over the top. Yeesh. Yeah, and you've seen a few times this blocker, this middle, like, reaching over to try and compensate for the setter. But then he presses really well into the cross. I don't know if that's a read by him. I don't know if that's, planned out or whatever. But Ballo just has to take it here and force this guy to be able to compensate for him, instead of going around to him and cheat him. Like you want to beat that small blocker. You don't want to beat the middle blocker, you know? You will beat the middle blocker by beating the small guy, you know? If that makes sense. Ooh, hello. Holy snap. Yeah, it's out of bounds. Wow, that's a crazy swing, though. Spin to float again. Really nice serve. Nikolov out of system. Huge. Gets his feet there. Tips it right over the block. It's a nice tip. You know, like that might drop if this guy doesn't just throw his arm there, which good for him for covering that ball. Oh my gosh. What the heck happened here? Overlapping two guys there. That's crazy. I mean, it didn't really get the middle too much, but still, that's cool. It's fun. Gosh, what a beautiful swing. Especially right after tipping right over the block, too. Going deep over top of the block on that one. And that ball, even though this guy starts reading over, starts shifting over towards the corner, he still just isn't able to reach it. And again, like similar to the serve receive where you have to, you know, make the angle to bring it back towards the setter, the same deal. Like that's a tough angle to be able to make there and bring it back towards the middle of the court, you know? So let's see. Semi and system going back to Lepke. Rips it off the hands there. Again, short chop. And he's just smart. He's gonna chop you up. He's gonna do some fun stuff. Getting a little bit beachy, you know. Yeah, that's really nice. Lepke spin to float. That's a really good pass. You know, like it maybe makes him freak out and make a little weird move, but sometimes with those float passes on the platform, you just got to make a weird move on it, you know? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I was mentioning, where he like makes it look like he's going to flip it back, reverse flow, and then just goes over the top. And he fakes out Bonifante there too. Deep out of system, good dig by the little barrel. Let's see that real quick. Nice, good for him. And I would say the less of an angle this outside takes, the further down that libero should read, you know? You know, like the less sharp the angle the outside would be able to hit, you know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. Ooh, chips it. Did he chip it or did he get blocked? Yeah, he got blocked. Holy crap. Yeah, look at how, like, he's just pressing as far as he can. He's not trying to do anything crazy. He just presses as far as he can. And I think the ball hits him and knocks his arm that way a little bit, you know, but still just pressing so that, because the more you press, the more downward that ball's going to go when it hits you, you know? Oh my gosh, another beautiful swing. That Bonifante stays down right next to the block there, deep into the corner. Good read by Lepke. Let's see it. And look at the patience. Let's try and watch Lepke here. Just sitting there, sitting still, not trying to make any crazy reads, sitting there, scooping it high. Semi in system. Nikolov, ball misses inside here. Rips it high off the hands maybe. Yeah, I think someone was in the net too. Lepke, semi in system. Wow. And that middle is still up there. Now, honestly, like, he's a setter that would throw it into the middle there just cause. Just to pressure that blocker a bit. Let's see where this ball gets him. Just underneath the middle there. It's a good ball. Floater, good pass. Back to Lepke. Rips it off the hands. And that's twice now that this blocker has kind of dove inside and gotten chipped. Now, if this outside just makes a simple press forward, he might get both of those blocks, you know. And it's hard to tell. The ball still might have hit him too high and gets him whatever. We got 24-24, and that's a rough time to miss for Nikolov there. He goes for it. I think he went for the ace. Stuff happens. Out of system here. You got Bottolo and Lepke front row now? No, Bottolo and Bonifante front row, so only one front row option. Gosh. And again, like, this outside here just looks like he's not pressing enough, and then it sneaks by this guy. He's just got to be deeper, maybe. He's kind of shallow for. Yeah, you see how he jumps forward. He's very shallow for what this play is. Let them bounce it. Let them beat you short. Like it's a rare thing. Going outside, bang. Like this is the choice. This is the option here. This is the perfect, correct decision there. Bang. Either blasting it as hard as you can deep to this corner or chopping it short like that. You're only beating up those two guys down the line. Like those are your targets. Those are your enemies. And honestly, like he keeps doing this overlap here, but he doesn't set the middle yet. Too much. And the dude is just ripping it off the hands again. Yeah. And especially on a run like this, when you know that this guy's going to be kind of doing a shuffle step like this, as long as you're swinging deep towards the cross and you're swinging hard, it's probably going to be a soft touch like that where it, gets tooled. You never know. It's not always for sure, but that's, I would say, pretty likely. Rough swing here. Looks like Botolo gets surprised there. Eesh. Let's see. Hybrid. Gosh, that's a huge serve. And it looks like Botolo is just kind of playing a little bit of defense there. Semi system. Big old swing from Lupke. Way to keep that tempo, too. Like that's right at the top of the pin. Lupke just ripping it towards an angle. Really nice swing. Let's see, spinner. Nope. See ya. Oof. Yikes. 28-27. Good serve. Semi system. Lupke down the line. Oh, good dig. That's really nice. Yeah, that's really nice. Just keeps it alive. Out of system, they can do something. And I love this backward step here. Like this step right here, I think is very impressive. I think it's a very natural thing for an athletic person to do, but it can be trained too. Like, see here, he's ready. He's ready here. He's ready for an out of system ball here. Then he sees where the ball is, and he takes another extra step backwards. You see here, and then he pushes himself back. It's a negative step, most people would call it, so that he has some forward momentum again. Gets a little tool there. Crazy play. And that's the first set. And especially against a big team like this, too. Like, you need every point that you can get. And Lupke, again, just using the outside of that block. It's the other guy now, but still. Yeah, huge serve, too. Really nice. Just a loose arm swing, ripping it towards the seam. Seams get ugly when you're serving from the 5 as a righty, too. Like, it's fun, man. It's really cool. I was playing a kid the other day who has a nice serve that just cuts every which way sometimes. It's really weird. And I think, was that Nikolov? Yeah, that's a really rough matchup. It's a really rough matchup. And Nikolov just goes OT. Nothing to do there. Fair enough. Out of bounds. And there's been a good amount of missed serves so far from Lube's side, which really hurts them. I like that swing. It's not perfect, but it's a nice swing. It's a little bit soft. I'm surprised that Nikolov did that. A little spin to float, too. Yeah. And I honestly, when you're doing that overlap route where these guys are going to be making shuffle step moves, just a really hard swing towards deep is really a really good option, because that they're going to be kind of a smaller block, so you can just rip it off their hands, like you don't have to worry about trying to beat angles or anything too much. You can usually just blast it off the hands. Obviously, there's like you can go down the line with it off the hands, off the corner, or off bounce, whatever. You can go angles with it, but it's just you can get tools with it. Oof, yikes, rough start here for Lube. Still 4-4 though. And that's a really nice swing. And I don't think that's a bad move by the middle at all. It's just a good swing. It's just a good swing, And I think as that defense in the one, you want to just be right outside the block. Even if that pushes you all the way down to the corner, you just want to be all the way or right outside the block there. Really nice swing. Really nice swing. I think that guy must be pretty young, that middle. Mars or something like Mare or something like that. Let's see. Nope. Yeah. Let's see, Joffrey. Joffrey doesn't press early enough. And it beats him inside. I don't know what you call it, funnel or waterfall or whatever some people call it. Spinner. Middle takes it. Way out of system here. His hands are so strong. For being a smaller guy, his hands are really strong. Rips it out there. And a high swing off the hands. Let's see, spinner. Spin to float. No, sir. Let's see. Rips it underneath in the seam. Yeah, lefty on the right side's a very interesting sight here. Because he has good range with it. He's not going to go over the top of too many people, but I think this guy just kind of muffled his feet a little bit here. Yeah, he just kind of, like, if he just takes a bigger step with that one right there, he can jump higher. I think maybe it felt like he was going to be late. And if he just takes a bigger step right there and gets his feet, both his feet there to jump, I think he might be able to get a touch on that. Not a good, or not a bad spot there for the defender, but still. I love these semi-system balls just being left inside to let the pins attack that cross. Really nice serve. Look at that cut to it. Look at how much it cuts, man. Sheesh. Let's see. Ooh, off the hands. Off the middle's hands, off the fingers. Everyone's out of bounds. Ooh, okay. Floater, hybrid. Yeah, it's a nice serve. Again, like, when the seams are just getting, when the ball is cutting every which way, it's a tough serve. Like, you're just ready for everything. Like, on a serve that's really predictable, where it's a clean cut every time, it gets predictable. It gets, where it's going to be, but a serve like that where it can just hit you, frustrating, tough to handle. Again, right there, it just cuts unpredictably. I don't know if that guy's, doing certain things on purpose or what. What happened over here? Tip. I really like that tip. Balls up, kick over the net. Yeah, that's a really nice grab by Nikolov. He's really up there and then just putting it down. End in that play. No more fun for everybody. Spin to float. Oh, no real spin. Again, even though, like, honestly, so this guy usually spin to floats. That's usually what his serve is going to be. But then right here, it looks like this guy kind of gets surprised by the spin. So, I mean, I'm wondering what percentages. Oh, gosh. Yeah, just being ready. She whistles it over. He serves it immediately. Ready to go. Bang. Bang. Gotta do what you gotta do, man. What a guy. Spin to float. And hey, like, it's 1 point. It's 1 point. I think they're smiling about it too. It's 1 point, but every point matters in a close game like this. In a CEV match, come on, every point's going to matter. I played a game this weekend, and there were just a few points that we needed back, and we would have won that game. Now Montpellier is up 15-10 here. Good pass. Let's see. Over the top. Good route. Yeah. And I love that they're not pushing the tempo too much to where they can't be at their peak and attack the ball. Like, I mean, maybe it's just because they all have really, really great range, but still, like, just being able to be drifting that way and still take it to the 5 like that is really, really impressive. And he takes it to a deep corner too, which, again, very impressive. And now it looks like, what's his face in there? Orduna. Yeah. Orduna. Floater. Good pass. Let's see, over the top. Yeah. Yeah, that middle was super early here. I think the middle kind of faked him out a bit and then dives that way. Yeah, he dove into the wrong angle, it looks like. Let's see. Lepke off the hands, goes for it. And this is why, I mean, just a little bit. You just want to go towards here off the hands or here off the hands, because if you go there off the hands, there's a chance that the 6 spot digs it. Because usually they're going to be neutral there, you know? But it's an overpass. Lepke puts it away. Spinner, good spin. Really nice spin. Hands, nice. Really nice. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Come on. Let me go back. There we go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not really sure what his plan was there, but he gets absolutely housed. He's just got to stay higher, I guess. I don't even know. Good pass. Let's see. Nice. I mean, he can probably hit the line if he keeps himself behind the ball there. But rips it off the hands. It'll work out. Spinner. We got 17-13 in the second here. Look at the defensive scheme here, too. They're completely shifting over because they know that Nikolov wants to go over that setter. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. And, I mean, with that setter front row, that small guy, you got to put pressure on with the serve or else it's going to be a one-on-one with him every time, you know. Nice, good connection again. Let me see that one more time. Yeah, I mean, and they're ready. Lube's ready to go for the pins there, it looks like, you know. Not ready to go for the middle. A little weirdness, but it might work out. Let's see, 18-14. Bottle going over the top. Yep. Ooh. Misconnection. Maybe a tight pass. Ooh. Okay, no right side here. They drift over. Let's see. In the seam. Good dig. Let's see that. He just fills it. Nice. Really nice dig. Let's see. Nikolov. A lot is happening right now. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. So much is going on right now. Holy crap. So we got him trying to go for the tip here. Lepke just fully releases his hand here. Grabs it out here. Throws it back. Lefty setter goes up and rips it. Good for him. And they can celebrate pretty hard there. Good for them. Good serve. Let's see. It looks like he's mostly in there as a blocking sub. Yeah, and then they sub him back out. Overpass, out of bounds. Huge serve. Again. Bang. Good soft touch. Let's see. Bang. Out of bounds. Oof. I think that's the right choice, too. Like, it looks like Orduna is running away. Isn't helping on that middle much. That space is there. I mean, all this right here, the one spot in total, is pretty much available. And he just hits it out too much. Bang. Lepke just ripping it towards that 5 spot. And that, I mean, if you're serving from the 5 spot should be your bread and butter. Similar to if you're serving to the 1 spot should be your bread and butter. Cross-court serves, they are geometrically the best serve. Statistically, going down the line is really good, though, too. I don't know. It's there's a lot of stuff. A lot of what's it called? Analytics, that's what it is. Out of bounds. And very quickly, Lube is back in this game by just a bit of service pressure and some transition plays. Oh, right inside that block. Let's see. Spinner, probably spin a float, yep. And they're attacking this newbie. Yeah, I've seen this guy. This guy played in France last year, was it? I don't remember. I remember seeing him play somewhere, though. Good for him. Great swing. Bang down the line. Really nice. Yeah. Spinner. Let's see. Yeah, he's just got a beautiful set of hands there. Gets the middle commit. Lepke keeping it alive. Yeah, I think he played in France last year. I don't remember. I do remember watching him, though. Nikolov tries to take a swing. Gets blocked. 22-20. Out of bounds. See ya. Oof. Orduna, spin to float. Semi in system. Bang. Oof, OT. Lepke looks like he goes a bit wide with his hands. Gets OT'd. Stuff happens. Floater. Yeah, and he just gets kind of beat on his body there. You got a few options here, but I'd say one of the best options is either step up and take it with your hands. Another option would be step back quicker and get it more in front of you and off your body. Like no matter what, you got to either get it on your forehead or you got to get it off your body. Because if it's at your chest like this, you're just going to have to jump up like that and put it there. Like that's your best option. If you don't get it off your body. Lepke, trusting the arm swing. 23-22. Nope. Sorry, bud. Miss serve. Whoa, look at that movement. Holy crap. That thing is whistling. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Good for him. Eesh. Middle. Oof. Let's see. Off the hands. And, yep, another tool. Patience and just ripping it. Like, that ball is going upward, okay? And that's amazing. That's a great choice. Look at that. It's kind of hard to see, but as you see, he contacts it about there, and then you see it kind of like phasing there, and it hits there. Like he contacts it here, hits it up here. Bang. Off the hands. Beautiful. Okay, getting into the third set here, and Lube is back over there. Okay, floater. Good. See, like this right here is a great example of it. Like he steps back. Let's see that step. It's just it's a little step, but he steps back, gets that ball off his body, and then he has the space to get it on his sweet spot. Bang, dime. Let's see it one more time. Bang. And it's a calm move too. Like let's go frame by frame a little bit here. Bang. Yeah. And it's just enough space that you can get it to your sweet spot, And it's a tough little balance that you want to get. You don't want to go too far, you want to go too close. You got to get used to it, used to getting it right in the right spot, but still, it's nice. Ooh. Missed the window here. Yeah, missed it behind him there a bit. Honestly, it still puts pressure on though. Gets him out of system, so can't be too mad at it. This is exactly what I'm talking about though. Takes a great angle, and now that's super deep and off the hands that way. If he goes off, tries to go off the hands there, this guy's probably digging it, That's what I'm talking about. Lepke, great serve. Perfect pass though. I want to see that one more time. Sweet spot, bang, pops it high. In system, recycled. Works out for me. Let's see. Oh my gosh, and they're just misconnecting in that middle just a little bit. I mean, I would say that this kid's probably young. Like he's probably a younger prospect. I mean, he's behind Lukov, I think, right now, so it's fair enough. And then this guy, watch the middles arms here. Watch him pressing here. Nikolov presses immediately, which I really, really like. He's immediately reaching over the net and then finishing, But then you watch the middles arms here, and he's high, high, high. Look at how high he is. Look at, you don't need to be there, okay? And then he starts reaching forward, and it's just too late. And it's pretty much impossible to dig that ball unless it just straight up hits you and you don't even realize it. Good pass. Over the top. Bang. Just taking it to an angle. Yeah. It's really nice. What's this guy talking about? Somebody under? Yeah, okay, fair enough. Somebody on the net. Nikolov going short. I love it. Bang. There we go. Now connecting to the middle. Finding the middle there. Quick swing into the seam there. What? All right, let's see. Spinner. Out of bounds. Spinner. Inbounds. Again, look at the cut. Look at the cut there. Goes from there, and it goes to the left here. That's tough. That's tough to read, and you just got to make a move on it. Phenomenal pass. And this guy right here is kind of drifting away from the ball. Okay. You know, maybe he's expecting that ball to miss outside. I don't even know. Like, I'm not really sure what he's expecting there. But if he's drifting that way towards the net, honestly towards this coach, I guess you could say, he doesn't have momentum. Like, he's reaching away. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, it's almost like jousting when you're really far from it. Like, you don't have any power to swing there. All you're doing is just, you know, yeah, and then he just gets blocked. And he doesn't have height. Let's see where he takes this ball to. Like, you see where he contacts his ball. He has to contact it super far in front of him just to try to take it that way, you know, because it's not going to reach him. It's not going to get out to him. Yeah. And I mean, maybe he could wait and then just tip it to the line there, but he wanted to swing, which is fair. Yeah, and you see here, Botolo takes it with his platform here, which I think Lepke had it, but he has an option to take it when he wants, I guess. But that's what I mean when I say if it's platform, he takes it. If it's hands, he takes it, because it gets a little messy there, you know. Not a bad move. Not a bad move. Not a bad touch on defense. It's just a good swing. Stuff will happen. Spin to float. Good pass again. This guy's passing well. They're getting good touches in the middle, honestly. Like, this setter. Oh, it's a different setter now. But it looks like Lube is just being extremely patient over there, and then just being late in the middle. And they're just saying, okay, we'll just get touches. You know, like, we'll be able to get good touches on them, and we don't need to get kill blocks on them, you know. Yeah, good take by Nikolov there. Especially that behind. Like, oh, that's nice. Hey, I love it. Yeah, taking a rip. Forces him to make a decision. Solo block. It's all the good stuff. Floater. See a ball, that one's gone. Spinner. That's a good spin. Oh my goodness. He's getting really good contact on that ball too. Good for him. Yeah, gets an ace. Ace off the tape. Frustrating, but it's good. Really nice swing. And this guy gets caught. Help him with the middle. And it's just a one-on-one. But again, like, that's why you got to put pressure on, or else it's just going to be this versus Lepke, you know? So stuff happens. It'll happen sometimes. It's honestly, like, really not possible to do it every time. But this is the patience that they're doing, and, like, that's what you give up if that's what you're doing is, you know, maybe you get tools sometimes, or, you know, maybe you're just late and they get a kill. But depending on who you're playing, it works out really well. Good pass. Again, like, look at this. Look at how far that ball is from his body. Like, he has a lot of space between his platform and his body there. And then he just dimes it. Ooh. Cheeky. And none of them expect it. And he gets a kill there. That's fun, man. Out of bounds. And I think Lube dominates this set, right? Yeah, look at that. And I mean, Lepke is... He's really good at taking that ball and going thumb down and taking it really extreme angles. His shoulders may be super mobile. I don't know what it is, but that's why his serve from the 5 is. That's probably why he serves from where he does. You know, like, that's his bread and butter. And of course, that's gonna be a one-on-one with Nikolov. Let's see again. Oh wait, I want to see that ace there. Service pressure. Aces, getting him out of system, all of it. Bang. Another ace by Lepke. Sheesh. Yeah, these are really nice serves. I really like them. They're running this tempo so fast. I mean, he's missed him too fast a few times now. It works out though. Whatever. Spinner, chops it towards the line. Really nice serve. Let's see. Good swing. Just swing towards the corner, especially on a ball where you're kind of jammed a little bit and you're not really at your peak or comfortable. Just floating it to a corner, you know? Like, you're not always going to be perfectly at your peak every time, you know? So just learn how to put over an aggressive swing in a weird scenario, you know? And this is what he does all the time, is that motion and then just flipping it forward. I mean, it doesn't even do that much on this one, but the dude still gets a kill on it, so fair enough. Bang. Yowza. Yeah. And I mean, anything past this center line here, see this little line? I would say this guy shouldn't really jump unless they're cheating over further. Because most of the time when I see this guy having to jump over that far, if he gets hit, he just gets tooled anyways. And then even if it hits him in the hands, it might even get tooled anyways. So I don't know. I think he's just up there to get tooled when it gets past that midline almost. Oof, it's a really nice swing. Dang, man. Yeah, Lube's cooking now. We're cooking with fire. 18 to 11 now. Spin to float. Good. Again, just keeping that ball off his body, having that space between his platform and his body. Bang. Gets it right on the sweet spot. Bang. Yeah, this German fella, he wants that quick tempo. And he just goes quick swing somewhere. I like him. He's a good player. Oof, out of bounds. Never mind. He stinks. Missed the serve. He's done. All right, let's see. They're really attacking seams well, Lube, with the serves. Yeah. And I mean, they've done this combo so many times now, and it's just forcing them to make decision after decision after decision and be patient, and then you get some blocks like that, you know? Gosh, it's beautiful. He's just keeping it going. He's just jamming that button, you know? He's like tiring them out, honestly. Oh, why is he not up there? Oof. Yeah, and that ball needs to stay on their side. Yeah. And this, like, it's just frustrating. A ball like this, you know, it's a panic thing. You're trying to put it up high for somebody, and then you just put it over. It's frustrating, but that's got to stay on the side. Good pass. Let's see that one more time. Big move with the feet. Lifts it. Scoops it. Really nice. Ooh. I love the transition. Like, that's a beautiful transition by number 17 here. Immediately gets over to the D ball. It just doesn't swing really too high. That's all. Yeah, scramble play, but they're fighting. They find a way, maybe. Let's see. Out of system to Nikolov. Let's see. Bottolo playing that defense back there. Scooping them. Nice. I really like this. Like, just a quick ball in transition like this. Nikolov's just going to dunk it. You know, like, I think that should be such an automatic decision in transition like that. If you got an open net, just dunk it. Everyone wants to bounce it and swing and get highlights or whatever, get a point, get a for sure point. Nobody's there. It's a really nice block. And so, like, this is the difference here between that one ball that he did earlier where, like, he pressed a little bit earlier there. He pressed automatically from here. But then he pressed earlier, like, finished his block earlier. And gets a really nice block there. Oof. Oh, just out of bounds, it looks like. Yeah, just out of bounds. Still a good swing. I'd say that's the right choice there, but just messed up the execution a slight bit. Lepke, man, what a serve. Let's see, in transition, Lepke. That's a really nice transition, too. Deep. Gets his hands up there, puts it high for the setter. Transitions. Rips it down the line. And that's inbounds. Holy crap. 23-14. Lepke making a huge difference in this third set here. What does he have? 4 aces too? I mean, come on. Holy crap. Oh, and then a big block by Nikolov. Again, pressing so early. Like, I'm loving what I'm seeing with his block moves right now. He's not, like, I see Fornal trying to go outside of his body so much, but he's just closing off the space, getting closer to the ball, and just pressing forward. Like, that's really nice. And that's the first set that Lube's won, and they dominated it. I think on paper, Lube's a better team, but you don't play the game on paper, and you need a little bit of this and that with it, Let's see, floater in the seam. Barlow gets a great pass there again. Yeah, I guess it's not the perfect pass, but it's a good pass. Butter, yeah, he gets blocked. Yeah, again, you want to miss that ball inside, because once he gets outside, that antenna becomes another blocker. It's just a ton of space getting taken away from you. Even just like an angle being taken away from you, because if you want to just blast it off the hands, you can't anymore. If you want to go that way, at least, you guys get what I'm saying, I think. Ooh, out of bounds. Yeah, and I think these two outsides, especially this guy right here, number 17, I think it is, he needs those options available to him. He's going to need to use that block. He's not going to be able to just go OT on somebody. Good leave. Good run. And Bottolo just leaves early. Rough to see. Great angle by him, though. These Argentinian outsides are fun to watch. They're very interesting players. Big serve. Perfect in system here. Gosh, he's just watching these guys. Watching. And then going. That's crazy. Yeah, and they're going to attack a mismatch too. It's going to be mouse in the house on both sides, I think. Let's see. Spin to float right in the seam, which is nice. Ooh. Gets him out of system, though. Let's see. That dunk. I want to see that one more time. Yeah, and he's not going to be able to get too much of those. He's not going to be able to do that too much. 1, 2, 3 tip. Let's go semi-system here. Big dog takes a big swing. Great touch off the block. Ooh. Again, mouse in the house, attack the mismatch. Yeah, and they don't really have to swing too high. It's pretty crazy. Big mismatch. Again, like right here, that ball's in front of him, and he can just lean forward a little bit to fix the pass instead of having to like jump backwards or anything. Yeah. He's just got to press more. Spin to float. Good pass. And these passes don't need to be too crazy. Like I think obviously you want to pass that ball a little bit higher, like ideally just to lift that ball a bit more, but just holding that platform, not freaking out, holding the angle, being strong on it, putting it on the setter's head, letting the offense get run. Not trying to do too much. If you can do it, if you can lift it, do it, but sometimes you're just going to have to hold that platform, Just put the ball to the spot. Let's go. Nikolov. That's beautiful. Such a nice chop. Right over top of the tape, right to the line. Oh, that's grody. Just having options available. I'd say Lepke is probably making a little bit of a change to him, And another plus with a blocker that just is simple like that is I think it's easier to read outside of him. Like, it's easier to play defense around a blocker that's just pressing like that and being stable, Floater, nope. We got 11-7. Lepke back to serve. They just got to play defense on him. Yeah, but again, like this is what I mean when I said like he doesn't have the option to go off the hands over this way anymore, is because like he has to swing this way. He has to swing this way, or like the angle that he has is cut off probably to like here. Like he has to swing somewhere over here, so he can't swing anywhere over there. You know what I mean? Kind of just a rough touch there. That's what happens when you have a small blocker up there, though. When that right side of your arm is just exposed right there. You know. Lepke, good pass. Yeah, just focus on the pass, especially when you have a mismatch like this. Like when you know for a fact you have a mismatch like this, just pass the ball, dime the ball. Let's see, bang, yup, yeah, ouch. Oh, big serve, really big serve, honestly. That system, oof, it's a really nice block. Again, pressing early. It's not like he's the biggest block in the world, but he's pressing super early and he gets a really nice block there. Bang. The amount of power and the amount of downwardness of the block depends on how hard the guy hits it, and then it depends on how hard or how much you're pressing forward, like what the angle of the block is, you know? So it's on you, man. It's on you. It's on the guy to actually hit into you. So floater. Bang. Hello. And honestly, like I like if a team is waiting on you like this, jumping away and having those angles and then just like ripping it there, like he's gonna be late. He's not gonna be fronting you. So jumping away like that gives you a scoring window immediately, and it gives him something that he has to close. And unless he's huge and quick and whatever, he's not gonna be able to. Oh, come on. Beautiful run. Gosh, that's a nice run. Yeah, he doesn't really he doesn't miss windows much, this guy over here. I wouldn't say he misses many windows. Nice press. Nice by him. Again, he's not huge. He's not super high here. He presses really well. Bang. 15-13 here. And he doesn't press there, and that gets him waterfalled, as we say. Missing serves here for 17-14. Floater. Oh yeah, whoa. I mean, I don't even know if I think the middle might have just touched that ball. I don't even know if that's a missed window or if that guy just kind of ran too far. Maybe, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. Good chop, good defense by the middle, or by the setter. Freaks. I don't know why that just made me laugh a little bit. I like that set though. I don't know if he's really ready for it though. And I mean, like this guy should be the one dictating whether you're going on that quick route or not. He's got to say like quick, and then he's got to do it. But whatever. Then he runs it back. Gets a nice joust there. Let's see, what does he want? He wants a carry? Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Nikolov. Just making good decisions. Dude's just quick at making the decisions, Floater. Good pass. That's a fine pass. That's a very fine pass. Middle's available. Setter's got his hands on the ball. It's towards the net. Bang. Nice, man. Floater. Good pass. Let's see that real quick. And of course, he can always step in and take it. But this guy should always be backing him up on that angle. Good pass. Back to Lepke. Off the hands. Yeah, he takes that swing very consistently right there, Oh. It's a really big serve. That's why it's okay to just pass it off the net sometimes. It's men's volleyball. People can score from deep out of system. Like it just happens. When you rip it super hard, there's just a bunch of chance that gets introduced, where it can just be a tool of some sort. Nikolov from the back row, out of bounds. Same deal. Dude made a fine block move, just hits his hand and goes out of bounds. You know? So, miss serve. Come on. We got 21-17. Lube's up, though. Underneath. Very nice. Let's see. And now he's back to serve. I love it when setters give the ball to whoever's about to serve. Like, I think that's just a smart decision. Get them hot before they go back there, you know? Oh, beautiful. And, you know, Nikolov will take a huge, huge swing over top the block, and then he'll just chop it to the side like that. You know, like, that's so nice. It's very cheeky. And he's clean with it, too. Like, it's not like a, oh, I'm in a bad spot, so I'm going to, you know, do a little soft thing. It's quick. It's got some pace to it. It's nice. Whoa, that's weird. We play it. Let's see. Oh, come on. What are they jumping on? No, I guess he was in the middle, so yeah, fair enough. Spinner. Spin to float to a nice angle. Just ended up in front of him. I like that. That's a good pass. Ooh, hello. Yeah, really nice. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Really nice soft touch. And over the top. Just a bit of space, you know, so he can't just keep his arms up like that, you know. And then especially with him there too, he's not gonna really be able to help. I mean, his help block didn't even get over the net, so bang. Let's see. All right, fifth set here, and we know who wins this, but I don't know how. Let's see. Floater off the bat, run the middle, out of bounds. I mean, it's good to trust your guys right off the bat. Ooh, wow, float serve, dropping right on the line. It looks like floater. Down the line, off the net, down 2-0, starting off, oh gosh. Bang. And then this one, he kind of just stays high, but where he is pressed enough, obviously. So, bang. It's a really nice block move. Yeah, this is a mismatch for Nikolov, honestly. Like, if he's up there early and he doesn't have to help like this, bang. And that's at least twice now where Nikolov wasn't helping on the middle of the pipe, and then he was just solo. I mean, not solo with him, but he was able to make a full move on that right side and just roofs him. Good choice. Get Lepke back there with him. Quickly in system, bang into the seam. Now we got 4-1 for Lube. How do they choke this? That's crazy. Pressure on at the tempo. And I bet these guys play with each other for the Argentinian national team, you know, doing stuff like that. And just a good, clean connection. This is why you want to be close with your boys. Just trust each other and do some fun stuff in the end like that. 2-4. Big serve. Somebody's over the line. Okay. Nikolov. Nice serve into the seam. Yeah, he just misses him low so much. I mean, he's not really a guy that you want to just let it hang there, I guess. Like, maybe that's why, partially, you know, but still, it just, I don't know, maybe the guy's got to figure out his tempo and get up there. What happened here? Somebody over? It's a nice swing to me. I want to see what happened to somebody over. Oh, out of bounds. Wow. Dispatched it out of bounds. 3-5. Oh, miss serve. Let's see, middle. Out of bounds. Bang. Wow, miss serves in the fifth. It's a rough sight. 7-4. Lube's up. Good pass. Back to the guy. Ooh, out of bounds. 8-4. Lube's up in the fifth. 5-8 here. Let's see. Spin to float on the libero. Yeah, not bad though. Just gets it right on him. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is nice. This is nice. Having that ball drop inside and then he just goes further with the cross. Just goes with the angle of it. That's the guy that's from Nigeria. What's his name? Matthias or something like that. Out of bounds. 6-9. Nice. Let's see. Good serve in system. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I wonder if he can take this sharp cross here. Like, I wonder if he can sneak this in between the blockers here. It might have been what he was trying to do, and just ends up getting a soft touch on it. Really good dive in back in inside the court by this blocker here. He feels himself mostly alone here. Dives back in, especially seeing his momentum going cross. Gets a great touch. Now he's out of system. Let's see what the decision is. Okay. Over the net. Ball's still alive. Let's see. Holy crap, they're scrambling. What's happening here? Tries to go quick to Nikolov. Puts pressure on. You know, I don't mind this. Like, that's a fine dig. Ball's still alive. He's got to try to find somebody. I don't know. Anyways, let's see. Perfect in system for Lube. Ooh, good touch. Again, just soft touches. Soft touches and then find a way to score. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. He goes back to the 6th spot. Good for him. Great touch by the middle. Puts it high. Lets somebody run an offense. Bang. Rips it off the hands. Good block touches. And then find a way to score off of it in transition. 7-10. They scrapped for that point, man. Good pass. Count it. That's a point in the seam. In the seam of the block. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess this guy's late, of course, but it's a fast ball. It's kind of tough to recover on that one. Floater tape. A little bit of luck in here. That'll happen. Oh my gosh. You know, and honestly, good for this guy to come in the 5th and be ready to go after not playing at all in the game. Okay. Good touches. Big meaty hand gets a soft touch. Soft touch again. Well, recycle, I guess. And this guy gets beat. You just got to press low. You got to press. Seal that net. Seal that tape. Don't let him get any waterfalls on you. So many times, like, there's been a lot of waterfalls like this in the game. Both sides for sure. And they're going to feed Nikolov, I would assume. Oof. Yeah, and he dives back in with his hands, but it would be nice to see him jump back in with his legs as well. Especially late game like that. That's a huge miss serve, honestly, because Lepke's been putting on a ton of pressure with his serve. Nikolov, what a beast. What an absolute beast. That's a huge serve or swing. Gosh. 12-10. Miss serve, though. Again, miss serves. That's 2 miss serves. It's Lepke and then Nikolov, probably their 2 best servers, missing the serve in the 5th. And then missing a connection here. Missing a swing. Again, like, in a ball like this where you're kind of pinned and jammed in a weird spot, find a way to take it to the corner. Even if it's soft. Even if it's just like a float. Just a pop it to the corner. Find a way to keep it in the court, at least. Bottle out of system here. Big serve. Really big serve. Out of system. Bottle finding a way underneath the block there. 12-13. Okay. Libero's running the offense. The dude's ripping. Matthias is just ripping it off the hands there. Good for him. That's clutch right there, gotta say. Floater, probably a hybrid. Oh, that's a huge serve. You know, I was talking to one of my middles today about hitting it slightly less clean than as clean as you can do. You know, like, if, let's say, you get 100% topspin on your serve on the hybrid, I would say crank that down to like 60% topspin on the hybrid. Because it just floats on him a little bit, moves. And then Nikolov, gosh, huge serve, huge swing here. Look how he kicks himself in again, okay? Bad pass, whatever stuff happens, he knows he's getting the ball. Kicks himself in. Ball is very much in front of his right arm. He's drifting towards the right. It's in front of him. Rips it high. Blasts it right off the middle's chest. 14-13. Floater. And they're playing games. They're playing games. He says, leave. I got you. Bang. Passes it right off the toss. Perfect pass. Matthias. Gosh, it hasn't played a single point before this. And is like 4 for 4 right now in the 5th set. Good for him. Spinner. Oh my gosh, that's an ace. Oh my goodness. They're just a step ahead. Like, they're doing the right things in the 5th set. It's 15-14 here. Another great serve. Gets an overpass. Let's see what he does. Over to the outside. Let's see why that shows. Wow. Right over top. It's an overlap. Even though he's got the one ball, it's just like right over top of his arm. Bang. Nice swing to the cross. Thumb down. Great angle. And that's the game. Huge, huge win for them. Thanks for watching, guys.